Bismillah walhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa qala rabbukum ud'uni astajib lakum. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Wa qala rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ad-du'a'u mukhul ibadah. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam. So, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, firstly I greet you with assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And secondly, the topic of this short clip, which we would like to present to you today, is the dua of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. So just a little bit of a background. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created the jinn long before man, and they were, I would use the word, prowling the earth. Many of them, if not most of them, were completely astray. And what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then did was instructed the angels, because they were sowing such discord on earth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed the angels to banish them from earth, right? So not into totality, but it's almost as though, they were chased into the mountains, into the wilderness, and not only that, but they were, chased into a realm that is superimposed on ours, which is why they can see us and we can't see them, right? Having said that, the angels asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this man by the name of Azazil, or this jinn by the name of Azazil, he was extremely learned, and he had worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on every square centimeter of this earth. Every nook and cranny he had managed to make some form of ibadah, sujood, etc. And they asked, instead of banishing him to, the world where the other jinn had been sent to, they asked if he could please be taken to Jannah, not Jannah per se, but to heaven with them, into the heavens, and teach the angels, because he was so learned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala agreed, bearing in mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had the master plan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala agreed to this, and he spent many years there. And finally, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, he announced to the angels that I am going to create my representative on earth, the one who's going to establish my rule and my command on earth, the one who's going to imbibe my qualities and display them amongst the rest of my creation on earth. And Iblis, or Azazil at the time, his desperate desire was to be this person. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that false and incorrect, insincere intention was lurking in the back of his heart. The first lesson we learn from the story, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, is analyze your intentions. Check yourself. Are you really sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? A simple example, normally when people get divorced and there's a fight between the husband and wife, who gets the children, visitations, etc., ask yourself truly, are you fighting for the best interests of your children, or are you not? A friend of mine recently told me that after a long battle, and he finally got custody of his child, his ex-wife came and told him that, you know what, I sat down and I thought about it, and my child really is better off with you. But I could have told you that from the very beginning. That's why I started this fight in court, this battle. Right, so we ask ourselves the question, how sincere are my intentions? Really, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. So when Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was now created, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had willed him to be in Jannah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had willed, he was, feeling lonely. And this tells you that, you can have everything, every possible avenue of luxury at your disposal. But if you don't have your other half, you're going to be lonely. There's always going to be something missing. And I've seen this just too many times. The brother has got everything in this world, but he doesn't have the other half of his iman, right? As a result of which he's lonely. And things, external things don't give you contentment of heart, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He created his spouse liyaskuna ilayha, so that he could receive so that he could get his peace of mind, his peace of heart, his contentment, so that he can find solace in her. Anyway, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us that our marriages and our relationships are such. Hey, I said relationships, I mean marital relationships. I can't say Mulana said my relationship. Ya Allah, lockdown 21 days, guys. No. So our marriages, may Allah bless them. Ya Allah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our marriages a blissful experience. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with understanding, love and concern and care and consideration, compassion for one another. So in Jannah, Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was given one instruction: do not eat from this specific fruit or this specific tree. Long discussion as to what tree it was. Does it make a difference? It's like asking what was the color of the Ashabul Kahf? What was the color of the color of the dog? Does it matter what breed of dog it was that joined the brothers, the 7 brothers who slept in the cave for 309 years? Does it make a difference to the story? Is it going to change anything? Right? So, by the way, it was brown, but I'm just saying it doesn't make a difference, right? So Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was deceived by shaitan. Now my Ustad Mulana Ridwan Kaji puts it in a very beautiful way. Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, the first human being, his heart is clean, he has got no malice, no enmity, no ill feeling, no bad qualities and attributes in him. He's in Jannah. He's got the perfect qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala imbibed in him because he's Allah's Khalifa on earth. Right? And تَخَلَّقُوا بِأَخْلَاقِ اللَّهِ, what I'm trying to refer to. Imbibe the akhlaq of Allah, the character of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way He deals with others. So he didn't expect to be trumped, if you get my pun, under these trying times. He didn't expect to get trumped. He didn't expect to get fooled by anybody or cheated or scammed. But shaitan scammed him. Now, I'm going to just draw a difference. I'm just going to mention a very important point here. Then I'm going to draw a distinction between Iblis and, now bearing in mind, Azazil, when he was on earth, taken into the heavens to teach the angels, then he's called Iblis. And when he was thrown out, he's called Shaitan, right? So different phases, and there may be difference and ikhtilaf among the ulama as to when these names apply to him. But anyway, those 3 names apply to the same being. That is who we know today as Shaitan, Lucifer, the devil, Anyway, so when Shaitan was instructed, everybody was instructed to make sujood to Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. It wasn't shirk, by the way, because when Allah tells you to do, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you this instruction is for everybody, it can't be shirk if Allah is instructing you to do it, right? So He instructs everybody to make sujood to Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. Lengthy discussion about sujood al-tahiyyah. I'm not going to go into that discussion. He refuses to, because now he's realized that he is not the one who's going to be doing who's going to be representing Allah on earth. So he's very upset. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then banishes him from Jannah. Now, he deceives Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, and they eat that fruit, whichever it was, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then says, you know what? Ihbita minha. You and your wife go down to earth. Now I want you to remember one very important point. This happened before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him a Nabi. Because in Akhirah there's no Nabi. Because the purpose of a Nabi is to guide people to the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in Jannah, when you're seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you're interacting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there's no need to draw people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Jannah, where Adam alayhi salam was, those are people that have all recognized Allah. Right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those who are entering into Jannah without reckoning, Ya Rab, Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. So, Shaitan is kicked out of Jannah. Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wasalam is sent down from Jannah. The plan was always for him to be the vicegerent on earth. And this was just what Allah allowed to unfold, so that he could eat from that fruit and then be sent to earth, because he was to be made a Nabi on earth. Allah says, ثُمَّ اجْتَبَاهُ رَبُّهُ فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ وَهَدَى. ثُمَّ اجْتَبَاهُ رَبُّهُ فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ وَهَدَى. Thereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected him. After sending him down from Jannah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appointed him as a Nabi and accepted his tawbah, right? So he was not a Nabi when he made that mistake. So the whole argument of can the Anbiya alayhi salam disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's direct instructions, it doesn't apply in this. Alhamdulillah, I hope we've understood this point. Now, both are out of Jannah, right? Both have been sent down. When Shaitan is going down, he says to Allah he makes dua to Allah. He makes dua to Allah. And he says, Oh Allah, قَالَ رَبِّ فَأَنْظِرْنِي إِلَى يَوْمِ يُبْعَثُونَ. Give me a life until the day of Qiyamah. Why? Because he had a sinister plan, and Allah knew it, but this was part of the plan, the master plan, which Shaitan obviously didn't have any knowledge of, he wasn't privy to. And when Adam alayhi salatu wasalam In fact, no, let's just focus on Iblis here. He's making this dua to Allah. Allah says, fine, I've given you respite. What does he say? قَالَ فَبِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. Because you, O Allah, you have led me astray. Because you led me astray, I'm going to take as many of them down swinging as I can. Think about this. He blamed Allah for his mistake. And Adam alayhi salatu wasalam acknowledged his mistake. And he said, رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. Oh Allah, we have wronged ourselves. وَإِن لَمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. And if you do not forgive us and have mercy on us, we will surely be of the losers. So a very beautiful point to note here, and something that we should really consider from this whole story. Look at how Allah juxtaposes situations, right? Taqabul it's called. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always mention bad and then mention good. Mention punishment, then mention reward. Mention if you do this wrong, mention if you do that right. Mention Ashabul Yameen, then he'll mention the Ashabul Nar. Mention, like that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala juxtaposes two situations. There's an Arabic poem, وَبِضِّدِّهَا تَتَبَيِّنُ الْأَشْيَاءُ. If you mention opposites, you understand the opposites. Opposites are understood by their opposites. Or things are understood by their opposites. So, let us think about this. Firstly, when we err or we make a mistake, let us attribute that wrong to ourselves. Don't attribute it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like Iblis did. فَبِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي. Not I disobeyed you, O Allah. No, you led me astray. Don't do that. If we've made a mistake, say, I have made the mistake. It's like my sheikh always says. You can see I brought my coffee along for those who know me. Right, so I'm walking, I'm clumsy, I trip and I spill my coffee. Oh, the coffee messed. The coffee didn't mess, my brother. The coffee didn't mess. You spilled the coffee because you were clumsy. Say it like that. That way we learn to acknowledge our mistakes. That way also we grow spiritually. And that's why Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was perfect. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created in him the ability to acknowledge his mistake. And therefore grow and build on himself. It's only when we acknowledge our mistake that we can grow and build. And secondly, let us always attribute perfection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will notice I end my lectures saying that whatever I have said right is that inspiration from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everything that I have said wrong, not if I have said something wrong. Because I acknowledge that I'm prone to making mistakes. So what I have said that was wrong and incorrect is from myself and from my nafs and from shaitan, the inspiration waswas of shaitan, and Allah and His Rasul are absolved of it. So I don't attribute any of the wrong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is adab with Allah. I'm not claiming, please, no, don't say, oh, Zakaria is going to make YouTube videos about how perfect and Hazrat and Sufi he is. No, these are the beautiful lessons that we've learned along the way. And as the poet says, اليوم شيء وغدا مثله من نخب العلم التي تلتقط يحصل المرء بها حكمة وإنما السيل اجتماع النقط. That today a little bit and tomorrow a little bit more of the pearls of knowledge which you will pick up, by means of which you will get a lot of knowledge. And just like a flood is made up of every drop. So let us learn these lessons from Adam alayhi salatu salam and the story of Iblis, that we attribute perfection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we attribute nuqs and imperfection to ourselves. That we acknowledge our deficiencies and that we seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that we use the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said Rabbana, Rabbana, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Rabb, and that sifa, that attribute of rububiyyah, that Allah is our Rabb and our caretaker and our nourisher and our sustainer, is a very beautiful quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will do a discussion inshallah one day on the meaning of Rabb. So let us turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make dua using His beautiful names, and let us not be like shaitan. And then just a last comment before we conclude. Remember, don't only make dua for dunya things. Don't only make dua for the Jeep Wrangler that you want and the house that you want. Don't only make dua for the bank balance and the money and the, I want health and I want beauty and I want to lose weight. Don't make dua only for that. Make dua for righteousness. How about I want to be a good Muslim? As just before I started, a friend of mine sent me a message with a tear coming out of his eye saying, the whole world is going into lockdown. Have we fixed our relationship with Allah? Are we ready to meet Allah? Think about these kind of things and let us fill our du'as with that. Many people in the past wouldn't make dua for their dunya because they said, I wouldn't defile my du'as like that, and therefore I only make dua for akhirah. But we're weak. Let us make dua for our dunya. Let us make dua for our financial ease and success, etc., etc. But always, always remember our du'as for our akhirah and to be good Muslims. May Allah bless us with understanding. Again, whatever I have said that is correct is from Allah and the inspiration of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the barakah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and our mashayikh and our ustads. And whatever wrong I have said is from myself and my nafs and shaitan. And Allah and His Rasul are absolved of all of it. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.